Hello, everyone. Welcome to Movie Reviews for Life. This is going to be my review for this special edition of Batman Forever. All right. By this time, Batman had been a big box office smash, and so was Batman Returns. And Tim Burton wanted to do a new film, but the studio, feeling that Batman Returns was a bit dark for the audience that they wanted. They wanted, a more kid-friendly Batman while keeping it dark enough for adults. So Tim Burton took a backseat to just being a producer. And they ushered in Joel Schumacher, who did a fantastic job at directing Warner Brothers' The Lost Boys. So he came aboard, and because of Tim Burton's backseat to producer, Michael Keaton decided he had nothing else to give to the role of Batman/Bruce Wayne. So we got Val Kilmer. And while he does the role pretty good, I mean, I enjoyed his performance. His Batman persona was better than his Bruce Wayne persona. The Bruce Wayne seemed very stiff, very much like he was trying to, like, basically you could tell he was hiding something. And that's what made Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne much better, was that his Bruce Wayne was as good as his Batman, but still different. Whereas, this Bruce Wayne wanted no contact with anybody. He wasn't trying to act like he was different from Batman. He was just very stiff, and then Batman was all around, talking. I mean, he has a close relationship with Commissioner Gordan now, even closer than in the second film. So there's a little problem I have with his performance there, but overall, it's an okay performance by him. I'm not gonna bash on it too much. This is, of course, when the film goes for a more colorful feel than the previous films. The previous films, even Batman Returns, set itself in somewhat of a dark Gotham City. This one's more colorful, more light showy, more let's show them what we can do type of, showmanship. Obviously for the kid crowd. I saw this in the theaters, and as a child, I was about 12 or 13. I was loving it. You know what I mean? So I'm not even gonna lie, I loved it. As an adult, I don't, I can only understand my child version's point of view, Then, of course, we got the return of Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordan and Alfred Pennyworth, played by Michael Gough. Okay, and once again, they do a pretty good job. Their roles aren't that much changed, Commissioner Gordan is not in the film too much. Like, basically, he's dumbed down just a little bit more than he was in the second film. Then we move on to the bad guys. Okay, Jim Carrey comes in, and he actually plays a really good Riddler, but he plays it very much like Frank Gorshin played him in the 60s. And I was actually hoping for more of a serious Riddler. I did enjoy his performance. I'm not saying that I didn't, but I mean, there's rumors now that Johnny Depp is going to be. They want Johnny Depp in the role of the Riddler, and I don't know how that would be, But I know that if they do bring back the Riddler, to just make him the smart, crazy guy that he is in the comic books, because he's not always cracking jokes. And when I was in the theaters, I looked to my dad, because that's who I went to go see it with, and I said, he's very much like the Joker, and you're not supposed to be saying that. It's supposed to be the Riddler, Then we have Tommy Lee Jones, who replaces the role of Harvey Dent away from Billy D. Williams. But now he's already Two-Face, and we only see a footage moment of him as Harvey Dent, but he's Two-Face throughout the film. And kind of very much like sly version of him, not very, Tommy Lee Jones, he can't do no wrong, but it's the role that he was given that kind of disappoints me a little bit. You know, we got Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chase Meridian, the love interest for Bruce Wayne and Batman. Very sexy, very sultry, but not much more. Really not much more. The ending makes it seem like she's okay with the whole idea, and then we don't see her anymore. So basically, you're turning Batman into a James Bond type hero, because in every film he has a new girlfriend. Then we have Chris O'Donnell, who fits into the role of Dick Grayson very well. Unfortunately, for anybody who's read comic books, he's like in his late teens in the film, and he's supposed to be about 10 years old. He's not supposed to be in his late teens. But you know what? I guess you can't have a little child running around saying I'm Robin. But he did do a pretty good, decent performance. He's actually my favorite character in the film, because he has a more of an evolved storyline going on. In my opinion, Then we have a cameo by Bob Kane's wife. Drew Barrymore's in the film as Sugar. I forget the girl who plays Spice. She was in So I Married an Ass Murderer. Basically, I would have to give this about a 3 out of 5. It's equal there, basically, to Batman Returns. But, whereas Batman Returns was a decent follow-up, this transitions the film into the Schumacher style of filmmaking pretty good. It's not the best. It's certainly not the worst. It's just gonna get worse from here. But I will get into that in my next review. Alright, and like I said before, this is the 2-disc. So, let's go on to the special features. What we got here is commentary by director Joel Schumacher, and he's actually very fun to listen to. If anybody's heard his Lost Boys commentary, he gives off a lot of information about the film. He tends to repeat himself sometimes, but it's not always a bad thing. We get the lead scenes, which, in my opinion, there was rumors that this originally Schumacher and the studio were going to re-edit those scenes back into the film to give it a darker feel, and believe me, it would have been a much darker film if they added those scenes in, because there's a lot of subplot that could have been used into this. Then we get Riddle Me This, Why Is Batman Forever, which is another documentary that I do remember seeing as a child. Then we have Shadows of the Bat, the Cinematic Saga of the Dark Knight, Part 5, Reinventing a Hero. Same thing, basically a making of, through the Shadows of the Bat, series. We get Beyond Batman Documentary Gallery again, and the sub things are Out of the Shadows, the production design of Batman Forever, The Many Faces of Gotham City, Night Moves, the stunts of Batman Forever, Imagining Forever, the visual effects of Batman Forever, Scoring Forever, the music of Batman Forever. Which this time the music's done by Elliot Goldenthal. He's no longer done by Danny Elfman. Then we got Kiss from a Rose music video by Seal, which is a disappointment that the YouTube video isn't on here. Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me is not on here for some reason. Don't know why. I would like to know why it's not on here. The Heroes and Villains profile galleries. So it's a pretty good, pretty filled up DVD. Definitely, Warner Brothers definitely goes all out for this. For this series, as well as just Superman series. I'm not sure of a Blu-ray release. I know they're only releasing the original film, so I would definitely go see this. Okay. Go see it after you see the original and the sequel. Because it is in continuity. The one thing I do have a problem with is that there is some inconsistencies with the first film. For instance, Harvey Dent is now white. Whereas in the first film, he's played by Billy D. Williams, who is a black man. Then you also have got the fact that they revert back to Bruce's parents being shot by an unnamed gunman. He's no longer Jack Napier, the Joker, and they never actually mention, I don't know who the guy is, but you can clearly see that in Bruce's mind, he doesn't know who did it. But it is in continuity. Catwoman is mentioned in a way, but yeah, like I said, go see it. 3 out of 5. Stay tuned for my Batman and Robin review. I might do it tonight or tomorrow, but whatever the case, stay tuned.